Peace and blessings, dear family. It's a beautiful morning on my way to the office. And right now, I am about to make an announcement soon in a couple of weeks concerning Muck Mud because we were blessed this year and considered this year for something very unique and beneficial. Part of what we are going to do is build a centralized library, not a big one, but an effective one. Now, let me go back to a personal experience. When my daughter was born, we started her to become a reader right away. Now, my daughter is a published author of two books, one in which she wrote in middle school, and another one which she has written within the last month and is available on Amazon. My daughter hosts a lot of forums concerning especially Black women, Black people in the diaspora, and she understands her place in this world. She is now on her way to becoming a junior at Temple University, and not only is she a published author before she leaves college, but she has also hosted forums. She's a blogger. She's also published in a few magazines that are national publications. Now, how did my daughter become that? Now, I'm going to get to the very beginning. I want to first point out that an intelligent, enlightened woman produces intelligent, enlightened children. No nation can rise higher than its women. For the women are the mothers of civilization. But you don't become a mother by yourself. So what I did with my child's mother is I cultivated education while my daughter was in the womb. I have a degree in biology, and I studied embryology, and I studied the 9-month process of producing a child. And at a very certain part of the first trimester that a woman has a child, the child picks up on stimuli outside of the womb. Part of that stimuli is sounds, which all sound waves, not only on earwaves, but water waves. 75% of the human being is water, and even more when a woman is having a child. Huh? You've heard Erykah Badu say, peace and blessings manifest with every lesson learned. And she talks about 360 degrees. The womb represents 360 degrees, is liquid, is water. So when you abuse a woman that's pregnant, the unborn child picks up on the sounds that travel on waves in the womb. So abuse of a woman while she's pregnant affects the unborn child can hear. Who can hear? So I went the opposite way. You can also produce sound and increase vibrational frequency by stirring up the water in the womb. And you do that, brother, by putting oil on your hand and having the mother of your child sit in a laying or reclining position, and then you rub the oil on the mother's womb and you speak to that womb before the child is born, and they get used to the father's voice. And when the father is involved in speaking to that child comes into this world recognizing the Father's voice, not because he's speaking foolishness, but because he is the primary educator in that womb. So at the time that my daughter was being conceived, I read to her, I spoke to her, I taught her Black history. Now, when she was born, we didn't wait for the school system to educate her. We bought little furry books. By the time that my daughter was a couple months old, she was a member of a book club. And the first thing we instilled in her was African history, Black history. The first thing that we instilled in my daughter was history of her people. My daughter has been confident ever since she was born. You can't tell her that she doesn't come from great people, great poets, great politicians, great magistrates, great inventors. She had a chip on her shoulder in kindergarten because she knew who she was. So what I'm saying is the library that we built reflected positive images that build confidence. One of the problems that I see among our youth is their confidence is killed. Bob Marley had a song, and Bob Marley's song said, kill the seeds before they grow. Now, a lot of people thought he was talking about marijuana seeds. On a metaphoric level, he was talking about marijuana seeds, but also on a metaphoric level, he was talking about the seeds of African people, that they kill us knowledge. Seeds are knowledge, but seeds are also children. And children with knowledge have to grow psychologically, physically, spiritually to be strong. That's our job, not the school or the education system's job. You're expecting the education system to make strong Black children. They are not conditioned to do that. That is your and my job. That's why Muhammad, I have an announcement to make. We were blessed this year for the first time that the money doesn't come directly out of our pockets. We received a gift that we're going to use for not only technology, but to build a centralized Black library for children, that if they're kindergarten, they have images that reflect their greatness, that if they're in 5th grade and about to go through puberty, there's a certain rites of passage that our people had for boys to go through puberty, especially, and for women to learn to become great women in the future. That's teaching the village through education and building the right library. Some of you got the wrong damn books around your children. You allow YouTube to teach your children only. Not are they only, they're always going to be exposed to YouTube, but you have to get in between YouTube, and then you got to get on the right YouTube stations. Huh? So I'm going to sign off on this. You can make fun of Muhammad if you want to, but we know how to educate a Black child. I was in the public school system for years, and I know how the miseducation of the Negro takes place. Huh? I sat like the spook behind the door in both a public school teacher situation and an administrative situation until the Most High said to me, man, you too valuable to be in that system. I'm going to create chaos so you can get the hell out, because you have a job to do for your people, a strong, independent job to do for your people. Huh? And you have to make sure that the job you do for your people takes place first throughout the babies. That's why my life right now is about the babies. And I thank the parents who support me. I have to say, big up to the city for blessing us this year. We've been in Bridgeport for 10 years, and this is the first time we received something that could help our children. I am asking Black librarians to contact me, be a part of the process. If you want to get paid, we can arrange that, but it's about our children, and you cannot stop a child. Now I'm going to close. There was a movie called Fear of the Black Messiah. I forget. It's the latest movie out about the Black Messiah. You know what that's all about? Fred Hampton was involved in feeding children. And if you saw the Black Panther Party physically feed children to make them healthy, they were also kicking knowledge to those children. Some of you grew up during the Black Panther movement time, and you heard about Black history as you were eating your breakfast, and that knowledge has never left you. A little revolutionary. But of course, the people that were responsible, like Fred Hampton, they annihilated. But here it is, Kevin Muhammad, Muhammad, an educator with a 6-year degree, an educator that is a practicing, just about to become licensed clinician, that understands the minds of Black people, Black children, and is going to build an education system. And that education system is not only K through 12, but we also want returning citizens to get their GED and be a part of the process. We also want those of you who feel self-defeated and didn't get a degree to come to us, that we can prepare you and have a relationship with community college. Those of you who want to go to tech schools and learn a trade and have to take a test, we'll train you for that too. Those of you who want to become nurses and want to take the nursing exams, we prepare people for that too. We want to change the minds of our people to give them hope, to let them know if they're educated in the knowledge of self and they're never to be defeated. And I close with Marcus Garvey said that those of us without the knowledge of our history are self-defeated, twice defeated in the race of life. And so let us go ahead now and start educating Black babies from the womb, in the womb, reading. And when they get out of the womb, you're not going to be just like ancient Egypt, according to now the Old Testament and the Quran and those Abrahamic scriptures, where they took the babies from the midwives. Those of you who are doulas, you are the Black midwives, the people that protect our children from this system and teach the mothers how to grow these babies, and so they can come with the knowledge of self. And we start from birth. Notice they're setting up what's called Head Start. Be careful. Some of you want government funds for Head Start. Be careful, because the government does not fully fund what the government doesn't fully control. And so even if you get a part of funding, don't let it be all government funds. Head Start requires children to be taught knowledge of themselves as a foundation. And so they've eliminated certain knowledge from Head Start programs and set us up for failure. It's called the school to prison pipeline. If you imprison the mind, it's not too long before the body will follow. So you have to liberate the mind. And after liberating the mind, the body will follow. A liberating education will be the base of economic liberation, spiritual liberation, political liberation. That all starts in the womb and building the right libraries. Thank you, my dear family, so much. We like to, please call me at 203-440-5170. That's 203-440-5170 as we begin to build these libraries in our community. They could be electric libraries, electronic, but physical. I like the physical stuff, book covers, because children can use their senses. They can, we go to the library books had that smell. They had that feel, they had that touch. And research says the more senses you use with learning, the better you concretize the knowledge and formalize connections, synapses in the brain that come together and deeply get rooted in your subconscious mind. Thank you for listening. I know I'm a little bit fired up, a little bit late to my office at the same time, but peace and blessings. Thank you. Also, I want you to share this video like the video, post it in your groups, and let us begin to revolutionize our education system.